Let's take a look at the front row. Jason McCord, winner of the last outing just a week ago, alongside Rick Williams. In row 2 on the inside is Todd Ellison, outside Bobby McMahon. In row 3, it's Tony Hunt and the fast qualifier Rick Hendricks. In row 4, Curtis Brown and the defending champion Jeff Gardner. In the 5th row, Jimmy Sills and Wally Pancratz. In row 6, there is Bud Kading alongside Tom Stansberry. In the 7th row, Bobby Graham and Mike Boat. Row 8 on the inside is Alan Getz and outside Bert Bowen Jr. In row 9, it's Amy Barnes and Ray Evans. In the 10th row, Brian Evans and Jim Blankarn. And in row 11, Chuck Buckman and Shauna Hogg. Well, I'll tell you what, Larry, if he's going to win 6 in a row. They've been involved in motorsports for several decades. Green flag, second feature underway. Good jump from the outside pole position. Rick Williams off the corner and down the backstretch.
It certainly did. It looked like Jason McCord kind of held back there thinking the green flag might not come out. But it certainly did, and he got kind of caught behind there. Oh, look at
wide in turn 4, Larry.
Yes, and Kading was on the outside. Bud was clear on the outside of that 3-wide mess, and that's pretty tough to do. The guy on the outside is going to be the loser if there's any contact.
Well, he picked up 2 positions on the first lap.
Nobody's really, you can see, all the leaders are right in front of him. It's not that he's lost that much track position. He just hasn't been able to pick up that many positions to get around the guys in front of him.
Speaking of the leaders, it's still Rick Williams. Jason McCord rides in 2nd. Bobby McMahon 3rd, and Tony Hunt back there in 4th position.
Bobby Graham in that red 34 car right in front of Kading. That was Wally Pancratz in that white car that was down on the inside of it. But obviously Pancratz fell back a little bit as Kading went by. Oh, you can see some smoke out of one of the cars back there.
Kading up to 9th position now. Just a phenomenal series here for him this season to win 5 in a row at any racetrack.
Yeah, it's tough to do in any kind of series, any place in the country. So competitive everywhere today that anytime you win that many races, you've done a pretty good job.
And for a guy that his background has been on the dirt.
Well, and I think a lot of people are realizing that you're going to have to run some pavement if you want to get ahead in this racing.
See how close they come to that front straightaway wall. A relatively short straightaway to that bank turn. The banking get parabolic from 6 degrees down low to 12 degrees on the high side. There's Jason McCord.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be making any headway. Rick Williams got the jump on the start, got out into about a 4-car length lead, and so far McCord hasn't been able to chop that lead hardly at all. You can see Tony Hunt in that yellow car tried to go on the outside and might lose a position.
Well, Bud Kading, of course, leads the point standings out here in the Western States Division. Bobby McMahon is 2nd. Rick Williams now is 3rd. Rick Hendricks 4th, and Tony Hunt rounds out the top 5.
That's Ellison down on the inside trying to get around Tony Hunt. It looks like he's been able to pull it off. Hunt moved up just a little bit on the racetrack trying to get around McMahon, and when he did, Ellison just went down to the bottom and went by him.
This is the case where you find your race car is not working in one particular groove. You may have to try something else.
Well, and again, this banking kind of lends itself to that. If you're a little bit, if you got a little bit of a tight race car, you can move down where it's a little flatter, and you can help loosen that race car up. Unfortunately, if the race car is already loose, running up the bank doesn't always make it that much better.
Look at Tony Hunt there that has experience in the rear engine cars, the midgets, the TQs, as well as the sprint cars. And Tony right now back in 5th position.
Yeah, that's
13 laps down there, Larry.
3rd, 4th, and 5th. They kind of stabilized right in that area right now with just about the halfway mark. That's 1 lap to go, and they'll be at the halfway mark. So
all this racing, we should have some great rubber laid down for that Silver Bullet race.
Well, and it's going to be a 100-lap race, and you can see there's Bud Kading as we're riding along with him.
Look how much you saw him on that steering wheel.
And you can see him. He's reaching down. He's making some adjustments down there. He's trying to get that thing dialed in a little better so he can move forward.
There's a report a push in that car. You can see reach down on the right side to make something.
Not having any of that. I'm going to go back by.
Exactly a textbook. Once you have somebody come by on the low side and slide in front of you, dive back under it.
Yeah, Wally Pancratz in that white car right back there behind us. He started to gain just a little bit on both of those cars.
Pancratz now back in the 10th position. So you're watching 8th, 9th, and 10th. Up in front, you missed nothing because Rick Williams still has the advantage over Jason McCord as they complete lap 21, a 30-lap event. The second of 3 features, our 3rd feature, a 100-lap event with the Coors Light Silver Bullet Series. There's a look at your leader.
Rick Williams has pulled out into a bigger lead now over Jason McCord as he's McCord's falling back, and actually McCord's getting a little bit of a challenge right now from the 20 car of Ellison. Ellison has moved into third spot and is just about to give a real challenge for second spot with Jason McCord.
There were only 4 points separating Bobby McMahon and Rick Williams in the battle for second position of the points. So Rick would take second position if he can pull off this win, because right now McMahon is back in 5th.
Well, Jason McCord, a lot of people thought because he won that last race, it might be real easy for the West Coast or the East Coast guys to come out here and just kind of cherry pick, take all the money. But obviously, that's not happening. He's run second most of this race, but right now it looks like he's picked up a push. Yeah, he's losing another position. He's going to move back to third. So obviously, this is a very, very tough division out here to win.
Ellison goes by for second. Jason McCord drops to third. Tony Hunt is still in fourth position.
Yeah, McMahon is the one who's fallen back, and now then both of those guys pulling up on Rick Williams, who all of a sudden he had a huge lead, and now then seems like he's picked up a problem, and both these guys are gaining on him.
Well, they better hurry up because there's less than 4 laps to go. Just over 3 laps right now, but look at him.
Boy, Ellison, all of a sudden, the longer this race goes, the faster he goes. Meanwhile, Rick Williams having a real hard time hanging on to his race car and having a lot of trouble through the center of the corner. Ellison really, really on the move right now.
These two guys get together. McCord's going to win this thing.
And now then, he goes by. He goes back on the inside, can't make it work. Rick Williams has the chance. It looks like Ellison's going to be able to pull this off.
Lap and a half to go. We're looking for the white flag this time by.
Wow, he might have just used his tires if he got out there running so fast out in front. Might have got that right rear just a little bit too hot as the white flag comes out. And it looks like Ellison might have played it smart by running back there, keeping his tires a little cool until the last part of the race.
Man, that was some, well, that's a case where the brain won that one over the right foot.
Well,
there's the checkered flag.
Well, you got to give him a lot of credit. He did a terrific job. He ran back there 4th and 5th until after the halfway mark, and only about lap 20 did he start picking cars off. He went from 5th to 4th to 3rd and eventually into the lead, and you got to give him a lot of credit. Did a very, very nice job.
Well, I guess I can't blame a full moon for forgetting where I am. I mean, I said Ventura. This obviously is Irwindale. Ventura off the straightaway, you got the seashore. Here you got a gravel pit. Here's the pass for the lead.
Yeah, and Ellison just gets down on the inside as Williams has used his tires up. You can just see he's battling that thing through. He tries to get back to the inside, just doesn't have enough straightaway, and Ellison goes ahead, leads the last couple of laps, and gets the victory.
Well, the results, of course, once again, Williams taking second, Jason McCord then third, Tony Hunt, McMahon, Brown, Gardner, Kading didn't pick off his 6th straight, and Hendricks and Bode. Hey, Steven, remind him he picked up the Wins Challenge money, an extra $1,000 for that victory.
Not only that, there's a sign on the side of the cockpit that says "Just floor it," and he did a good job of doing it. Yeah, Todd, I wondered, did the other car slow down, or did you speed up?
I think it was a combination of both. He was slowing down and I was speeding up. Just one of those deals.
Now, we would thought maybe you were kind of taking care of your tires a little bit. You did hold back toward the end. When did it dawn on you, man, I can catch these guys?
Oh, probably 5 laps to the end when I got around McCord. I thought, God, I'm going to have to go after the leader now. I think I got the car.
Now, tell me a little bit about the early portion of the race. Were you really holding back, or was that all you had at that point?
No, I was saving the tires. We had to run the rear tires in the B main, which I didn't like to do that. So I knew we'd already got 10 laps on the rear tires, and I wanted to save them. So.
Well, congratulations, a really nice run. Amy East, he made it an awful lot of fun for us, and you're talking with his competitors.
Yeah, Rick Williams came home second, and it seemed as though that the tires may have just been going away from you at the end. A few laps sooner, you would have had this thing won.
Yeah, our car was pretty awesome for the first 20 laps. It was the best it's been all night, and I was running as hard as I could. I thought Jason McCord was right behind me, and I know he's pretty tough. I was running absolutely as hard as I could, and I think I just wore that right rear out towards the end there.
Okay, let's talk about this points battle going on out here in the Western States Sprint Car Series. You came into this thing in third, a close third. Are you racing for points, or are you just racing race to race?
Well, at the start of the season, we wanted to win the championship. We've been second the last 3 years, so we're trying to hang on for second, but second or third, it's not that big a deal. Bud's checked out on the championship, so we're just racing to win races now.
Okay, well, he